I think that's the end of the questions. Thank you so much for coming and taking the time. Obviously, you gave a lot of thought to the questions, and we really do appreciate it. And we wish you the best.
Thank you.
Is there any more we need to know about you? Anything else you want to add while the tape's still running?
Like what? Do you have any specific questions?
Well, how about part of the interview process is to find out the character and viability of the candidate. We've been able to kind of find out your character as much as we could. Now, as far as your viability, you are coming into the race a little bit late. You haven't gotten a chance to really get your name out there. You said you run into some problems getting into the different town RTCs. As far as your viability goes, what do you think your values are? How viable do you think you are as a candidate?
As of today, I don't have a whole lot of weight. I'm pushing for a primary. I believe we're taking an out-of-the-box approach to get at least 15% of delegates to vote us at the convention and force a primary. In that case, if I can get that primary forced, then I will be a viable candidate, and I actually, in fact, think I will easily win the primary. My message is so stark in comparison to the other candidates that are there. We really are on opposite sides of the spectrum. We all claim to be fiscally conservative, but I'm on a different route, is that I am actually socially conservative as well. None of the candidates have, well, they've actually outwardly spoken against being that. So I know that given that chance, if I can get through the primary, I'm then going to be making a full-fledged, all-out effort to just get my name out there as much as possible. And we have a plan that we want to implement, but of course this all depends on this out-of-the-box approach that we're taking to get to primary.
It's the other one that go, yeah.
So in answer to your question, as of right now, unfortunately, because I am late in the game, and I have been stifled today, I am not viable. Tomorrow, I very well may be the most viable candidate out there.
If you don't get the 15%, will you try to get, I think it's 2,500 signatures that you would be required. Will you try to do that? Because you haven't gotten into the town committee, so I don't know how you're going to measure them.
Right, but within 2 weeks from now, all the delegates will know who I am. That may be a good thing, maybe a bad thing, but at least we'll stay central. But we're tossing back and forth between whether that effort is whether we should not make that effort or not. Yeah.
Anything else? Any other follow-ups, please?
Yeah, I just wanted to get a little more information. At the beginning, you talked about that you're running because you see what's happening, the bigger picture, and that it concerns you. But I mean, I think I can speak for the people on the panel who say we see what's happening and it concerns us too, but we're not taking the extra step that you are to run in a very difficult district, at least for a newcomer. So what is it that truly drives you to make this effort that you're making?
I've always had a servant attitude where I believe that if I can make a difference, I at least owe it to try. I've never let failure stop me from doing anything. I have failed at several things, and I've also been successful at several things. But I don't let that fear keep me from doing what I believe is right. And if I have the ability to do something, I'm going to do it. And that's a little more what drives me than most people. Most people have the fear to take that extra step. It is frightening, but it's not something that's ever stopped me.
Does the servant attitude come from the way you were raised, from your religion, combination?
I was raised in a Christian household and taught Christian values. However, I did not follow them or practice them until I got into my 20s, I guess you'd say. So they were always kind of buried in me, but I never actually paid heed to them until I got in my 20s, and then I realized exactly that it's better to look out for your neighbor than for yourself, and being a selfish person really is kind of a waste, and you basically don't contribute to society any good whatsoever by doing that. And when I realized that, it actually feels better as a person to do something for other people. So I guess that can only be conceived as being selfish, but it's really not.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yes. Great. Thank you very much again, and we wish you the best.
Thank you very much.